Faisal, for those of us who are on a path, I think there are a lot of areas where there might be confusion. For instance, we're told to meditate and pray and study and make effort and of course be kind and compassionate and all those things. But we're also told to surrender, to just be, to not do. And I'm wondering, it can be such a paradox. I wonder if you can talk about that.
Yeah, this is one of the few paradoxes in the journey that leaves many students sometimes really conflicted, deeply conflicted, and it brings inside them deep splitting. We already have deep splittings inside in our unconscious, mom and dad and me and mom, and all kind of these conflicts. And then spirituality, when it reaches do this or that or this, not that, it leads to the student falling into these deep chasms inside, deeply conflicted between, for example, one of the biggies is surrender versus taking action, mastery. And in the journey, there is nothing that is either or. There is nothing like either ego or being, surrender or take action or be in charge or administer your will. These kind of thoughts, these kind of extremism, they exist only in the mind of the teachers, not in reality. In reality, every conflicting thing you can think of exists. Life and death exist, day and night exist at the same time, simultaneously. In fact, reality is not based on non-duality. Reality is based on duality. Duality is the principle that creates, that allows manifestation to take place. Male and female, yin and yang, day and night, all of those things. So the idea is that to reach oneness, to reach the field by making it an either or, this is a methodology to get you there, but not the product that comes from reaching there. This is the way to reach reality, but once you get integrated in reality, you feel that all the opposites can harmonize, can work together, can lead to more maturation and more stability and more evolution, So surrender, for example, is a beautiful way to surrender to the great being, to God or whatever, and the great being has its own agenda too, it's running the universe, and it's running the universe in a very specific way, and there is law and order and hierarchy and magnificence there is here. So surrendering is like going with that flow, with the Tao, with the flow, which is really wonderful. But being itself also gave us free will. And part of the free will is to go against being too. Including me, by locking horns with being, I can even evolve.
Say more, Faisal.
For example, let's take it on a very practical level. I can surrender to gravity and just go gravity and never think of flying or never think of building something that's 10-story high, because in my mind, gravity is leveled and I should just be walking. But somebody years ago decided to fly, and he put on wings. Literally, he flew and he fell, crushed his bones, and I think died, Well done. It's a true story. But that flame to that challenge in that person to defy gravity, to defy the holy law of gravity, and to fly, led to all kinds of miraculous inventions. airplanes, rockets, and all kind of things that now we have. Stories about I don't know 100, I don't know, stories high, all of those things.
Drones.
Yeah, by this challenging of the holy laws, if we challenge the holy laws in an objective way, that it would lead to evolution. If we just surrender to the flow, it leads to harmony. It leads to, you really follow the law and you can have peace and harmony and evolution. But when you begin to assert your will, including taking the risk that it may be in conflict with reality, and if it is in conflict with the supreme reality, if it is in conflict with the holy laws, you're gonna suffer. And you're willing to take that risk, but not like a counterphobic person, you just wanna challenge the gravity jumping from the mountain. No, you see the reality and you say, is it possible to do something more? When you begin to administer your will in a balanced way, you begin to cultivate mastery. Mastery is different from surrender. In reality, no one is in this level of surrender to be flowing with the Tao. No one. Not the Dalai Lama, not the Qigong masters. None of them reach this level. It's impossible to reach this level. There is also an open window for creativity, for offness, and for evolution, because through that comes evolution. Through that, as we said, you can cultivate will and mastery, and we evolve. But there are sometimes situations that seems to be not just surrendering to being, to do what is really needed the most. Sometimes you feel you want to dictate upon being your will, because it is needed. For example, the Dalai Lama says, in 6 months, I'm going to come to California, for example, and do Kala Chakra or Tara empowerment, or this guru or that guru going to do something that activate being to generate blessings and empowerment. This is not surrender. This is mastery. The Dalai Lama is dictating upon the being that in 6 months, he's going to do such and such. So it seems like contradictory to mastery. Who are you to say in 6 months, I'm going to do something? What if in 6 months the being says, no, it's not to be done? But in real life, sometimes you need to make decisions. And you need to say, okay, in 6 months, I'm going to teach this, or I'm going to empower this, or I'm going to build a house. You need to do things that sometimes you're not so sure it's coming from being. You wish it to be coming from being. You put the intention and the prayer that it will be in alignment with the being, with the highest good. But also you take the risk that you say, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to be watchful that if it is not in alignment, I let go of it. For example, sometimes I go teach different qualities of essence. So today I'm going to be teaching about the light, and tomorrow I'm going to teaching about different qualities, love or this, and I schedule it a year ahead. Because I'm going to go there, I'm going to complete the packages that I am bringing. Then when I go there, that is, I am dictating upon being that I am going to teach this. And being will allow me to teach it if I want to teach it, but the karma will be mine. If I teach it and it's not meant to be, and if it's going to cause harm, then I'm going to reap the karma of that. So what do I do in order to make it balanced? I pray. I say next year I'm going to teach, let's say, gold essence or love or courage. And I say, being, please empower me, be present with me, give me the means, the inner capacities to manifest the quality and the teachings around it. And also gauge it the level of the group that I am teaching. I could teach it from very superficial level to a very deep level. The deep level might throw people into their psychosis, into their deepest lack of structures or nightmares, or I could teach it from a light level that gives them like lollipops or like, you know, popcorn and things like that. Delightful, it's still a quantum leap, but I pray to being to grant me the permission so I can speak it, I can manifest it, I can articulate it, that help me to gauge the level of its transmission. And I also pray to being that protect the people that are there so they receive only the level that they need to receive, you know. And if it is not meant to be, stop me from doing it. Mm-hmm. Tell me, do something else. But meanwhile, I made the intention and I put the intent, this intention in being, and now I am dictating, I am practicing mastery. I am saying my will is active, and may the divine will be in harmony with it, and may it also guide me and protect me so my will doesn't override being. So the path of mastery is very, very difficult, very challenging path, requires immense responsibility and reverence. The way of surrender is the best, you know, but sometimes we cannot. Sometimes we have to make decisions, you know, and in making decisions, you are asserting your personal will over the cosmic will, you know, and we have to do that so often. So it's good to pray, good to align that your personal will be in alignment with the highest good, you know, but there is no way you can avoid invoking and administering your personal will. Cultivating the personal will, cultivating the alignment to being, to me, that's the path of mastery. In life, I need both paths to go parallel. Surrender, which is the best. I let go and being guide me, and you know, whatever it does during the day, who am I to choose? I be this and I be that. But when I am in situations, sometimes I need to dictate something, I also have to cultivate the skill of mastery. And the great being or God or has given us those two options. Mastery when needed, surrender when needed, mixing the two when it is needed. You know, so that way the student in the spiritual evolution and growth need to know it is not just surrender, it is surrender and cultivating mastery. You need to do the exercise well, you need to practice it well, you need to administer your will, you know, and then you reach a level in which you can dictate upon the great being your intentions. And the great being always get activated by our intentions. Be it, and it becomes. So we have to be very, very careful about we are the creators. And we create our destiny. My destiny is what I am doing now, is what I will see in the future. So I better be careful and cultivate mastery as a necessity, not as an ego trip, I am a master and all of those things, but as I have to shake in my boots, you know, in order to cultivate mastery, because I'm putting my soul on the line, putting the other souls in the line. I don't want to clash with the universe. So how to go with the Tao? And if I go against the Tao, how to manage, you know, doing that without creating harm. So I am also with the stream of evolution because the universe is evolving and it depends on us for evolution. We are not little robots and the universe is programming us how to make iPhones and how to make jumbo airplanes. No, you know, says you want to fly, think about it. I give you the ways and the means, you know, the material, the concept, the science, you could do it. So it's a beautiful give and take between us and being and the universe. It's not just one-way ticket, you know. That's to me surrender and mastery. Surrender is easy. You surrender to the flow and give us today our daily bread. Wonderful, you know. But if I want to croissant, I have to bake it. And it may be not good for me.
Thank you.